What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session, and today we're gonna be looking at three bet pots from the blinds. So let's get started. Well, it's gonna be like blind defense. Sometimes we're gonna call, sometimes we're gonna three bet. Well, focusing on three bet spots mostly. So what do you guys wanna do here? Cuz I'm always three betting here.
Yeah,
Um,
hyper you can say. 3-bet.
I could have mixed at 100, really.
I'm gonna call.
Yeah, I think they're both okay.
Okay, so 80-20. Mostly a call. Alright, so we went with the three bet. It's a high, low, low board. I would bet small. No, it wants to size up here. He calls and the jack pair. Hmm, so a break basically, not much we can do. Nothing
Check.
changed. Don't think we can fire again.
No,
No.
no
I
added
would,
equity.
I would check. Oh, it wants to bet big again.
Wow.
Alright, let's have a look.
Yeah, just because it's more unlikely that it has a jack.
Okay. So we're not gonna do it with ace high. We're not gonna do it with suited connectors. Okay, so I guess when we do it with king, queen, we get like ace four, ace ten maybe to fold. So we get some.
Yeah,
ace
we
to
bl-
fold.
We're blocking some of his calls, king jack, queen jack.
Wanna go 27, yeah, we get the, even some ace king and ace queen to fold. So we get better ends than ours to fold.
Okay. Makes sense.
Also, the bottom of the deck here is like pairs, so it's not picking from that part. And why not use king seven? So I think it has to do with the blocker, probably blocker to the jack, like jack nine. We see the 9x here are playing, the 10x are playing. So yeah. That call, so we're just double barreling, okay, kinda makes sense. With stuff that is around the jack. So low part of the three, I guess we just fold. Pick another spot. So I like three betting here with ace nine, king nine, and jack nine.
Yeah,
I would use suited tens as well. A lot of suited tens and then a lot of suited nines.
What are,
What's
sorry about this, Louis, to interrupt, but what are we
Yeah.
doing this morning? Just a 3-bet strategy or defending big blind?
Well, we're gonna be in the blinds. I selected hands for us to three bet a lot. So it's gonna be a
I
big
would
blind,
guess,
kind of from the blind spot, but there's some
got
flat
it.
calls as well.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a hand like this raise.
I'll
Yeah,
a
call.
little bit.
no,
I
not
think
at
the
all.
queen nine and jack nine are outliers and then not suited nines here.
It's more of a small blind thing, I think, from here, I guess.
Oh, it's not
Okay, it's like, it's jack eight. It's what
It's
it's
suited
pulling
eights
from.
here.
the eight.
And it's more like it wants to go offsuit I curve.
It really wants the
Oh.
trash. It wants the
Yeah.
trash way more than it does these suited
Oh.
cards.
Thinking back to a Matt Affleck video, the reason nines aren't in the racing range is because that's near the bottom of the low jack or hijacks,
I'm sorry, Joey, can you fix your mic,
Your
please?
volume is way down, Joey.
alright, let me,
He's opening, wider than nines as well.
yeah, that's what I was saying, that's why,
What about this one? Like, this is a part of their deck where I'm not really good with. From the small blind, like, what are we supposed to do here?
I mean, I mix this one.
80
Wait.
big blinds deep. We're gonna
Oh,
start
big
switching
blind.
our strategy to,
Shoot
some
it.
Flat or
stronger,
fold?
Yeah, to suit it.
some stronger parts of the range that, because we're not gonna get 4-bet jammed on. So.
Yeah, but
I
I
don't
don't
know
care
if
if
it's
I
gonna
get 4-bet. I'm
Flat
folding.
or fold?
I don't know if you're gonna be 4-betting this region. I think you're gonna be pulling more from like stronger king X and your suited aces. Perhaps.
Suited
I think this-
tens.
This would be part of
plus.
my polarized bluffing portion, I think.
Yeah, I
like
think the solver mixes in some frequency of a queen X and a jack X and probably a 10X as well for board coverage especially.
Maybe, maybe. I feel like it's gonna pull a little stronger like than this combo, but maybe I would call here, I think personally.
Mostly
Let's check it
call.
out. Let's see.
Yeah,
Because we have that little 15% dice there, so maybe we're supposed to three bet 15% of the time.
Fold it.
So if you look here, it's pulling from the suited aces and the stronger kings, as I suggested, but to Tim's point, we are pulling from the strongest queen X as well for board coverage. I mean, it's pulling from the strongest of all of the suited branch is the important thing.
oh, is Tim in here?
Yeah.
Wow, sure,
Oh.
here, Tim? Might have
Testing my mic. Is that better?
Yes.
Yep.
A lot better. Wanna shout out Tim? For
Nice
this
done.
nice little $50 first place finish. Well done, man.
Thank you. Yeah, and it was 2,500 with bounties.
GG.
Yep, it's a good one.
And I was heads up against a really strong winning reg at the end, and honestly, I outplayed him. I'm sure the guy's good, but he made some pretty clear mistakes. I don't think I caught him at his A game.
Can't wait. to
Well
have a look.
played.
Yeah, well
Check's
played.
pretty obvious. Okay, so
Deep.
we have a top pair and we have a flush draw. We're 80 effective. I think this is gonna fit into a raise for me.
Me too.
I'm
Yeah,
just
the
calling.
eight needs protection.
I'm just calling.
Well, I would be on more of the call train if the SPR was a little lower. Or,
Oh, what are you gonna do? This is the JL special, man. We have a marginal main hand. With a draw and the overriding factor
Now,
is the main.
when, Louis,
That's
when you have
true.
top pair and top pair's a middle card, you raise for protection.
Yeah, but you raise
I
your
like
best
that
top
a
pair,
lot.
like ace, eight, king eight, queen
But-
eight might not be in there.
Off
But
the sharks.
you have a flush draw too, is kinda like.
I
the big
think I-
part of
I
it.
like raising.
Basically agree with
I like
LP.
raising.
I think calling's nice. I want to raise with hands like jack nine of spades, 10 nine of spades. Great
Yeah.
raises
I'm
here.
I'm going
Yeah.
8-2-5 here.
I'm can't call.
I am too.
It's a call.
Wow.
Pair and a flush draw.
Also, the raises are also in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna use
yeah.
your eight, like ace eight, if you look, ace eight
It's
will
a-
raise board like ace eight of clubs and diamonds and shit, right?
EV was even.
Yeah, ace eight
Raise or
raises.
call.
So
it
8-6
seems
is
like-
interesting. I guess it's got that extra straight draw where it's kinda going bananas is where it's drawing the line there.
Louis,
mean, to
can
be
you show
fair,
us,
like,
jack nine of
Strategy
spades?
is. The strategy is not very heavy raising at all here.
Well, you have some eights that have straight interaction, 8-6, 8-7, and these are high frequency raises. Whereas,
Yeah, I'm talking globally. Like, if you look at the whole percentage,
yeah.
I mean,
we're not
less than
raising much, right?
80%. I mean, less than 20% is actually raising here, which is.
Yeah.
Something.
You might
So
be,
if you,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
you went too quick.
Well, I mean.
Really good for the
I'm
small
not
blind.
doing
Small blind
that.
has all these connected shit and a low jack doesn't have as much of it.
I agree. It's the
you
good
don't
turn
have
have a-
to, but it's
we have a big
definitely a
donking range here.
consideration.
Not finding enough donks on these low straight boards because I don't think it's believable. I like, who's gonna fold his ace high here when you start to lead? It's not like the three pairs and then it's very
Oh,
obvious.
man, stop it. You just haven't looked at them.
But also, if he's not folding his
I
ace
think,
high,
like,
then
betting-
your one
I
pair and
think
two pair
that-
hands are very happy.
I
Getting
think
that benefit.
the reason for betting is like people check back a lot and we have too low SPR. So if you want to get money, with our flush draw, if it would hit, we have a problem if we check and get checked back. So we
I
just
think
want to
part of
build the
it
pot.
is, I think part of it is because we don't want to let them just peel a free card when we have an 8 as well, but it's also the board connectivity
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, yeah.
mm-hmm.
that we get to do it. Like, there's the equity has to shift to our advantage to start leading. So what's the equity here? It had to shift in our favor, right?
Oh, it definitely did. We have the 5-4s. He does not.
Well-
I mean, I'm sorry, the 5-7s. He does not.
If Louis goes back to the flop, I think there are a couple dunk leads on the flop too.
From the
And
small
we're
blind.
mentioning the straights, but we also
No,
have,
that
we have a bunch of two
one doesn't
pairs.
have dunk leads for sure in the flop.
No.
If it does, it's gonna
No.
be very minor frequency on the
When
flop.
I saw the thing back on the flop, it did have a small bet at a lower frequency.
Yeah,
As the answer.
if it is, it's gonna be a minor part of the strategy because
Yeah.
it's 8 high and there's no completed equity for 5-card hands.
We don't have 5-7s really. We're small blind, not big blind.
I mean, it's low frequency, but there is some dunk bets on the flop.
I guess that's true too. I was playing it mentally like it was a big blind.
In general, you only really dunk bet from the big blind, never really from the small blind. And then it's never on 8 high boards. So for me,
Well-
it's always like 7 high boards where you can flop the straight.
Like,
Actually,
you're
in my
leading-
game, I miss all the dunk bets anyhow. I tend to
if
check,
you,
I tend to check 100%.
Okay, so anyone is really going out there and betting here.
I just want to say one
Well,
thing.
I was
If you're leading, you also need to think like how you build your strategy in leading. You just can't think, okay, I think now I lead this board. You have to really like understand that you need to like construct it in a strategized manner. You just can't think like, okay, this is a board I will lead. Like it's not that simple. So that's why
Oh, yeah,
if you
yeah, I know.
choose these small, but if you choose these small frequencies, you really overcomplicate your strategy when you shouldn't. Just don't need to do it.
So what are you trying to say?
Well,
He's advocating against donking.
I check as well.
Yeah. I'm saying that
Check,
if
yeah.
we do this, okay,
Now we're
whatever.
gonna blast it.
2x, 3x pot, something absurd.
16.
Wow.
Too small.
14.
It would be absurd.
I don't know.
Just small.
Just half bet.
There you
I
go.
just don't know how to get paid here when we
Oh,
take a
he
line
called
like
us,
this.
so I mean, GG.
Yeah, but it's got me.
Not
up
too
there.
accurate, but
Bro,
in the
Gotta
back.
go big.
So I think this is a good 3-bet combo to pick at some frequency.
I would do it
No?
against the cutoff, not against that.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I'm not really here.
maybe so. Maybe you're right, Louis. Maybe
I'm
it's a
just
pip
calling.
wide.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. So is it pulling from king 9 offsuit then?
No,
King
king
10
10.
offsuit?
king 10. Oh, king 9, yeah. king
Okay,
9.
okay.
King 10. Like these.
Yeah, heuristically though, suited tens as you were, offsuit tens as you were pointing out,
Oh, I
you got
don't
minor
find
frequencies
many
of
jack
queen.
8 suited here.
Yeah, so really, if you wanna use king 8, you probably can get away with it,
Okay,
right?
so suited 9, suited 8.
It's probably not too bad, Ken. Probably not too
The
bad.
guy's open enough hands, you can probably get away with it.
Pretty heavy check spot.
Yeah.
Check fold spot
Yeah,
for us,
check
probably.
fold.
Yep.
What do you do if you have the king of spade and he bets?
I call.
I think with the king of spades, you might call once.
Versus a small bet, I would call versus a bet any larger than that, I would fold.
Oh, yeah.
He's supposed
Yeah,
to be
Even
polarized
then,
here,
like,
so I'm
I think
What,
the
calling.
king of spades
80%?
makes a nicer bluff
I
than
think with
anything.
pure
I'm not really
fold,
excited
I
at calling
think with
down.
pure fold.
Anyway, no one is bluffing the king 8.
Not on
king
an
of spade.
80% bet, dude.
I'm more interested,
Well-
more interested in bluffing it than I am just calling down. Yeah, I wanna get him off like pocket tens or something.
See, I think the problem is ace, queen, two-tone is just so heavy value. So you're probably gonna be pretty precautious with your bluffs, maybe?
Okay, just a call if we have the king of spade, not a raise.
Bet 80%. We're never raising.
Yeah, that's right.
He's polarized here, that's why he defended king of spades, right?
Alright, so we're facing low jack now. This would be a pip or two wide to actually consider.
No.
Okay, you might be able to check raise this at some minor frequency. You can make an overcard, you can make a better top
Yes.
pair. You got interaction with the 5, the 3 and the flush.
I want the king of
Maybe.
spade
This
again.
deep, I think that's insane.
If I had the king of spades, 7x, I would go for it, but not the king of clubs.
King of spade here. You got
It's only a third pot bet.
It might be in there. And it is in there.
King 7, right?
Okay, here the king of spade can play. Oh, he
Need the
plays a
spade.
lot with the 7.
King of spades is where it draws the line, okay.
And why do
So-
you think it picks so heavy on 6, and 7x there? It has to do with the straight, right?
Yeah, it has to do with the straight. He can make second
Definitely.
pair.
So
Yeah, it's close though. I mean, it's on the right terms of thinking. I am probably just flatting here. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if it's bluffing with this combo.
I'm pure
sometime.
calling.
Louis, what's your cutoff big blind rule for offsuit king, 7, 8, 9?
I'm gonna show it to you.
I've been doing that
This.
and I've been getting killed every time I do it, so I'm just not gonna do it anymore, but
Works well.
cutoff
So,
is
like
7, 8.
big blind, 40 big blind, when you're against the button, you're gonna pick king 5, king 6, king 7 offsuit. As a
So
bluff.
king 8 and king 9 against the button, you're just flat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then against the cutoff, it's like 1 pip higher.
2 pips higher.
Louis, can you, send that in chat or something?
Yes.
Just put it in Discord in like general or something.
Yeah,
I've been
well-
losing- I've been
Yeah,
losing
that-
my ass.
Right
Do
here.
it in
I can
range.
do it.
for 'em.
I just print screened it. I can do it really quick.
Put it in range for him.
I went and looked
Force-
at the charts and they like mix those and it's mix less than
Yeah,
50%.
good,
They
good
don't
job,
even.
Louis. You gotta force people to use our Discord. There you go. Good job.
Thanks, that's cool. I'll go copy that.
And what stack depths were those at?
40.
So let's see, 40 big raise button,
There it is. So you can
Okay.
find it in
all
the
less than 50%.
study group Discord. It's right here.
Cut off.
In grinders or?
Yeah,
Nothing.
in the study group.
He put it in both.
And that was a
Oh, okay.
4x raise, right?
I'm sorry, I missed the response here. Did it ever 3-bet this?
10%.
Very little.
Okay,
And it folded like 30-some%, I think.
did it? Okay, so it's
That's-
roughly
And-
indifferent.
Hopefully.
Louis, in action, we 3-bet this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can. I mean, I'd much rather 3-bet here.
Yeah,
Because my reasoning for 3-betting here is very simple. If we hit the king or a jack in a single raise pot against AP and we lose the pot, it's probably gonna cost 40 big bucks. Whereas when we 3-bet and then he 4-bets, I mean, we can get
fold.
off the hook and like, if he just calls the 3-bets, the king comes, it's always clean, we can play for stacks. The jack comes, it's always clean, we can play for stacks. So I'm reversing the vapor basically when I 3-bet here. And he's
Yeah,
always
your only
gonna
problem
like-
is with under the gun, does he open king 10 offsuit? And king 10, he opens king 10 suited, but I think king 10 offsuit may not be an open.
Yeah, he
It's
mixed, I
not- it's-
think.
It's not.
No,
under
but
the
what
gun.
does he do with like king, queen here?
Stack
I
G
don't-
for 50 big blinds?
No, he folds pre-flop. King, queen. You call. three
Maybe.
bets?
I mean, he's supposed to. He's definitely supposed to fold pre-flop, I would agree.
Yeah, so king, queen, what does he do with like ace 5, ace 6, ace 7, ace 8 suited, ace 9 suited? So
Ace five,
Jam-
ace five.
see a
jams
couple
them,
of better hands
jam.
that are supposed to fold, but like, yeah. So I see a little bit of merit in doing it at a very high frequency. Also, like people don't bluff enough. So you get more credit for your bluff, so it gets through a little bit. So I like it. It's much better than just calling and then you hit your king and then you're playing the guessing game against a stronger range.
I will give you one piece of advice if you're gonna do that. Change your screen name from Maniac to Super Net because you're giving away It's a huge tell.
It might look like I'm giving away, but people that play with me are equally as crazy. They play a pot with the maniac, they wanna dance, they don't wanna, they wanna play cards, right?
Yeah,
So never a bet, okay, so it's not
Yeah, I mean-
often a three bet and it's not often a C bet either. That's funny.
Sounds like we're in pretty deep waters here.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
how did we get here?
Alright, man, like if there was ever a time to turn a hand into a bluff on a 5, 7, 8 rainbow
Okay, so,
board.
okay. Let me give you a good rule of thumb for when you lost control of a pot. You don't power chips in with king jack off for no reason. It's too late now. It's time to wake up. We still have
Alright,
more to wake up.
let's just play devil's advocate for a second. What do you think the bluffs are before you go click crazy?
Well, I could be here with king ten off, right? I could be here with suited ace with the backdoor flush.
Construct your
The
raising
problem is this hand's not in
range.
range. That's the problem, right?
Do
What
I
are we,
need
what
a
are we
raising range?
raising?
Okay,
What are we
because,
raising here?
because
Does it have a raising range?
I don't have a checking range here. So
Jack
do I-
ten,
do I need a
backdoor
raising range?
flushes maybe?
We have entered a portion of the tree that,
Alright,
we,
sometimes it happens to me.
Well,
I'm playing too many tables and I check a spot where I think I should see bet. And then I'm facing this here. I would check raise with nines, tens, jacks, queens, kings.
those
Eight,
are value
eight.
though. What are the bluffs?
yeah,
Hands that have,
pocket
Ace
six, pocket sixes.
Pocket
Ace
sixes, I
six.
think would probably be okay, although
We
I don't
have-
think it's
I
here.
We
would-
have
bro.
jack
I
nine
would-
suited.
I would
Ace
never.
What about
nine.
jack? Yeah. Okay, Ken. So jack 10 suited, jack 9 is what I was thinking of. Maybe probably like some queen 10, some jack, queen, jack stuff, maybe occasionally. That gets
I
better
think
high
jack's the
cards.
highest card because it can still make straight seven, 7 to jack gives you a straight, right?
Yeah, I think jack.
The
10 is
queen's
the
really
perfect
not
one.
going to help you much. Like, it's gonna be
Because-
hard to pick up equity.
Like with jack ten, we probably play a lot like we would play jacks and tens, right?
I would think so.
And they would
Jacks and
probably
Jack 10
tens
is a
would
great
be like
candidate.
blasting this flop though, I think, wouldn't they?
Right, yeah. they're gonna
Anyhow, here we are. Do we call or fold?
Fold.
I don't hate the
You-
idea of
you-
raising here sometimes.
You can't fold, you bet 10% pot,
We're not supposed to be here. We fucked
10%.
up.
Oh,
10%.
alright,
Alright.
slow down. Whoa. What is, I see a check mark next to raise down there. What is going on here?
Are you okay?
Louis,
Yeah, it's raising 8% of the time.
0.05 EV.
here we go.
versus
Let's see what the rest of the
0.22.
strategy looks like. We baited him into it. Alright, so jack
Nines,
10, not really a
tens, jacks,
thing.
So that's, the offsuit.
I mean, those are the easy ones. Come on, it's like 2 plus 2. We're
We
trying to
don't
do some
have jack
algebra here.
10 here, look.
We're trying to do some algebra here. So
Ace
king
10.
10 suited, it's pulling from the suited a bit more. Okay,
Ace eight.
so
So we just have value here.
king 10 is not value, king 9 is not value.
There's.
Ace
slivers,
nine.
right? There were some slivers, but 80% of it is value, right?
A lot of it is value. I mean, it's
Oh.
very value heavy. It's a 3-bet pot.
It's kind of what I thought. You don't really need to bluff here. We tried to bluff already and it failed. Oh my goodness.
Go ahead, forfeit the chips.
I'm not sure if I'm forfeiting here. I think I'm bloating. The ace comes, it's great for us.
He's got all the ace X under the gun.
Does he?
9.8.
Should.
What ace six flat calls?
Ace
Not the
jack,
best
ace
one, right?
queen. Ace jack,
Trying
ace
to
queen.
think of which one doesn't.
Ace king's
Ace,
the only one
ace
that really
three,
doesn't.
ace three is the only hand that won't call.
Yeah, I mean, all your suited wheels are gonna be in there at some frequency if they don't 4-bet jam.
Ace
I
three's
lost track
gonna
of this
call
hand.
you.
What did we do
Don't
on the
call.
turn? I don't even know.
I mean,
On the flop. Did we check raise flop?
Alright, so we found 2 that fold a quarter frequency and then 2 that fold full frequency versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
know.
6, 7, 8 combos.
look at these two as well.
We blocked the jacks though.
Okay, so this is a disaster.
It is a disaster.
We're allowed to click the fold button at any point.
Thank you, Tim. Back us off the ledge, please, quickly.
It's just like, anytime you want, there's a button next to call, it's called fold. You can
We
click
got
it.
a fire here. There's no way.
Jesus
checking
Oh
Christ.
my
Jesus
god.
I'm campfire. Let's
Oh
go.
my god.
Oh, we should have went a little
Oh
small.
my god.
Oh,
What are we gonna do? I mean, hey, I folded flop, so I'm not here.
okay,
I
so.
folded
See,
to
Louis,
check.
you
I literally
made
folded
fun of
3.
my 8% check raise, but you found the 0.4% half pot blast on the turn.
Hey, Richard, if you are trying to close your webcam, I did it for you. I saw him put the tape on it or something.
Oh, was he?
Okay, so. I wanna leave
Oh.
here. I wanna go away.
I don't know what to do anymore.
It was
I'm
good.
just kind of,
It block bet almost. It's crazy.
I'm
Alright, you know
pushing him the
what?
pot. I'm
You know
pushing him
what?
the pot at this
I
point.
think we're gonna go back in time.
Hey, you know what? We fucked up so badly. Let's just shove here.
I was ready to move on 10 minutes ago. Bet
Woo!
small.
Joey, this is your fault.
Woo!
Alright,
Hey,
let's go
it's-
back in time.
It's still positive EV.
Dude, just play my line, man. Give him the clicker rooski here. Oh, so you're gonna make your life easy? You're gonna make your life easy and just click call. And we would have, we just never would have been here.
Yeah,
Even fold.
oh, we're the small blind now. Okay, just call. Good idea. Alright,
Check. You
uh,
might even have some leads here.
Yeah, but not this hand.
Not this.
oh, it was that easy to play.
Bet small, target air.
You beat air.
Well, we
Yeah,
beat air.
we're too high up in range.
We beat air.
We wanna bet king eye for value, maybe?
Now do we call
Wow.
the small
Hold
bet?
on, LP. What do you?
Yeah,
fold?
you see, when there's merit to a play, we go really quickly through it. Like, it was betting there, I think 30% of the time, was it not?
On the river?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah, you have some.
Yeah, and I mean, if we check here, I think it's a mandatory bluff catch.
Well, I'm folding here at this point. It's too
I'm
big of a
calling.
bet. Too
Why,
big of a bet.
why do you think it's mandatory?
Well, he's gonna polarize his range, right? So he's got bluffs. He's trying to get king highs, so he's not bluffing king highs, right? So, or not better king highs anyway.
Do you prefer to have king jack or king six here?
Ooh, that's a good question, Louis.
Uh,
I kinda want king six, I think.
If you're gonna hear
I
a
don't
call
want-
with king eye, you might as well not block the jack ten.
Yep,
the
yep,
Queen jack.
I agree.
yeah.
That's exactly
Nah,
what I was thinking, Louis.
I don't care about the king six, honestly.
You don't care.
No.
You just wanna call. You don't care. I don't like that.
I wonder if king six raises. Maybe that's crazy.
and you also have to consider that on that board, he might turn hands like pocket twos and pocket fours into a bluff.
There's
Alright.
no
So he's-
calling with king eye.
He could be bluffing with some hands that we lose to.
We call
Yeah,
no
that's
high
fair.
cards. No hero calls.
Pocket deuce is calling.
Well,
I
it's
might
fair.
fold king
Better
jack
than
off
king
for an
high.
entire week after this hand.
Pocket two's better than king high, right? So,
Well, it's a pair.
yeah. I mean, there's no hero calls really. He's just got an ace.
This is too wide verse under the
Yeah, I'm
gun, right?
folding.
It's too wide, isn't it?
Way too wide.
I think it's a fold. We're gonna pull from maybe like minor frequencies.
Ace nine
of-
off's probably folding,
I think ace nine was kinda where I was drawing the line. Ace 10's gonna be in there,
for sure.
but ace nine offsuit is probably too wide.
There's a fine line.
Ace jack, we were both wrong. It's under the gun. The range is strong. Ace 10's calling some.
I fold.
Verse under the gun, this is too wide. We're folding this.
Oh, he can't
Yeah,
click it.
Maybe a raise. I'm kind of,
Just
I'm
a
kind of on the
raise.
raise train sometimes.
Only a little bit.
Second pair, king high rainbow, high frequency check perhaps, maybe
I'm checking.
low frequency small bet, 5.3.
Go 2.5 or check.
I, wow,
Okay, okay.
Oh, goes big. Wait a second.
there's,
it's a king eye board where the three bet are.
This is why we shouldn't three bet.
oh, we three bet this. Okay, yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna blast?
Yeah. What do you do with this?
Uh,
Well, we know now. that we
I'm
saw it.
never taking this big
No.
half pot sizing, although I don't think it's bad. You
You
get
should give
a
it a
lot of
try
stuff to
because
fold.
people give a lot of respect,
Yeah.
to
Oh, I'm not
bigger
saying it's
sizes
bad.
of three bet pots.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying no one picked it.
Especially big regs, I think they respect too much bigger sizes. On the flop as the first bet.
Yep, definitely.
When you bet small, it's like bread and butter for them. They've seen it a lot, but when you bet big, they're like, ooh. Maybe.
I guess he just has a king.
Yeah.
What, can we see our large bet portion of our range? Cause like I would never find second pair there, especially like there's no overcard.
Yeah. So here,
Like ace ten feels a bit better, maybe, and that's probably gonna bet small.
I think
I
it's
think
just pretty
unblocking,
much the range.
I think you wanna unblock the ace X, Ken, is why we're choosing some of these other combos. Like you're targeting, he's gonna be defending a lot of aces, right? So if you're blocking that,
Ace ten still betting kinda big.
it is.
Ace jack, ace queen, ace king.
Honestly, just a lot of the range is betting big here. I mean, that's what the primary sizing is. You don't have like a,
So we're
It's a
just,
range.
our entire range is so contested around this flop, right? Like even like
it's a
eight,
range
seven.
bet. It's
Yeah.
just a range bet.
Even when we miss, we hit it.
Yeah, it's just a good old range bet. So we try the next one, continue. 40 big blinds, man,
Sometimes.
maybe,
Ace,
maybe.
I raise ace six, I call these.
I
Minor
think
frequencies.
there might
I
be
think
some mix in. There might be some mix, I think.
It's gonna be a better call than a raise, I think.
Yeah, I'll never raise.
Check, I like. I think we
Fold.
just call.
Just fold.
Dude, you can't
Oh, you got a
fold. You
gutter?
got an
Uh,
over and a gutter. You can't fold.
And
yeah,
over,
I'll
and
fold.
over and under.
I call hearts and spades. I fold the diamonds and clubs. Fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Folding here is bad. You can't. You got too much. It's direct equity to like the nuts pretty much.
Well, I'm not sure if it's bad, as you say, because he sized up a little bit, right?
A little bit.
Half pot.
I'm only going. with
I
my
still
club.
think this is a plus E. It's not a break even call. It's a plus EV call.
I'm only going with my
Yeah.
clubs, my spades and hearts and fold the other two.
Yeah, I'm not against a fold here either, Ken.
He has-
55% pot.
He has various junk, like he has like queen jack,
Alright.
king jack, king
Click the
nine. He's got
fold
all kinds of
button.
crap.
Click the fold button. Let's look how much we're losing.
Oh,
100%.
oh,
100%
Alright.
fold.
Go ahead, give it to me. I deserve it.
Well
Yeah,
done,
you-
Ken.
Why are you so sticky? It's a big bet. If you bet small, I mean, maybe, but
Yeah,
against that
Small
big
bet.
bet,
fine.
it's not really a spot for me.
Look against the small bets. It'll defend.
Not even against a small bet, yeah.
Well, you didn't click the small bet.
I did.
1.2
I did, I bet
1.2.
against
Okay.
two big blinds, which is 25%. It folds,
Yeah, it's kind of indifferent at 2.
it has to
And then
go
it's
like.
1.2 it calls. Okay.
6, 7, 8, so the 9. I wonder if it's got to do with the fact that he's just gonna have we're kind of cooling ourselves with the bottom end of the straight, so there's just not enough of it there.
I think you're out of position. It's hard enough to realize equity out of position. You even have like, and you're only really chasing the gutter and hope your over is good when it hits. Like,
Yeah,
So the flush interaction is where you need it. Okay, this is an easy one, right?
Yeah.
JK just calls a lot.
Pair board.
2.3.
Yeah, I like a bet here. It's an air. It's gonna be hard for him to defend this.
Although out of position, it might size up. I'm rethinking this now, but he does have pairs in between. I don't know. It's where I'm stuck here, man. He's got a lot of over pairs still. I think I'm just going 2.3 in the spot.
Do
You
you
three
ever
bet?
play this as a call, Louis?
Check call, you mean?
I
Free
do,
flop.
I do,
Oh.
I
I
do.
think if you check, you have to call this at least.
Yeah, I don't wanna cap my range, so I gotta put some chips in. I just wanna put the smallest bet in, 'cause he's gonna raise a lot, I think, too.
The way I would do it is based on the VPIP of villain. Like if he's a net, I'm not gonna fight with him.
Yeah, it's fair.
And if
You
he's
three-
like a loose aggressive, I'm always three betting.
You three
Yeah,
bet
it's,
this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
if
three
you look
bet.
in the middle, it's
Okay.
23 big blinds. Yeah, it's a pretty good indicator.
Okay. It's 50-50 on a three bet here with ace.
One big blind.
No, it's 10-90.
It's 50-50. I'm staring at the chart. It's 49-51. See, you're going by
7%.
this GTO wizard charts, which are wrong. They are totally wrong.
Why do you?
They're just
do that?
different. They're just slightly different. They're both close in most spots. They're very.
They're
close.
close, but they're wrong.
They're not necessarily wrong, Chris.
Right.
How can we
You ran
say
into
that one
it.
is wrong?
I'll trust
How- like, it could be
Acevedo
that-
over these guys. They had it three betting 6-6 the other day, like it was only 3%, but that 3% came up in a hand and
I'm not as confident as you are, Chris. I think this is a very good model. There's a lot of very, very big training school that like, go for this here.
Honestly, if you really wanna know the way I kind of approach this, Chris, like, and take it for what it's worth,
uh-huh.
all of these charts are gonna be slightly different based on the inputs that you give them. So like GTO Wizard and some of
Absolutely,
these,
yeah.
some of these cloud-based, solver programs, they give them multiple sizings, more and more sizings, which is gonna change the outputs of some of these hands. So like, if you see combos that are like maybe a full frequency call in your charts and there's mixing frequencies in other charts, all it
Here's-
means
yeah.
is the EV is close
Yeah.
and, you know, it should be kind of, what you do with that hand can be, elastic. Like if you raise it, it's not gonna be a big blunder as opposed to like always calling it. And
True
things like that.
story. Yeah. You know, I was watching, what's his name?
Actually,
Brock
check.
Wilson, the
Actually,
new
check.
coach.
Mhm.
I was watching him this morning. He deviates from Pio all the time. He was explaining
Sure.
why and by multiple pips too.
So checks are bet small. 'Cause he still has
So,
better aces in his range.
We gotta catch up here. Sorry. What did we do on the flop? It looks
We
like we
bet
bet.
small and he calls.
Okay.
And then we pick up
Was-
the ace and now I would
What?
size up here. usually.
Louis, I wasn't looking, was the bet small the right play or
Yeah,
sizing up a little bit?
no, I was betting small, 35% of the time. You
I
could
don't-
go bigger if you wanted or check.
Cause I think I would have chosen the 11.5.
I don't think you size up in general on pair.
I think it's a paired board. So yeah, that's, I mean, it's a
But out of
similar
position, we
heuristic.
do get some large bets out of position. That is a heuristic, but I didn't think it would do it here. And
So
I'll
you're
be
stoked,
here-
you're absolutely stoked on this ace X, right? Right now? So you wanna bet big?
Yeah, but the
Well-
thing is, he
well,
has
it-
better aces in his range still, right?
Yeah, that's kinda what I'm getting at, Ken, mentally for me. It's like, he's gonna float like ace jacks and ace queens here. but he-
And we'll-
Pushes.
Well, ace
We
queen
are-
is giving action.
We are still deep stack, so I don't know if we wanna. This isn't a 3 street value hand.
At 100
Very-
big blinds. That's kinda what I'm feeling too.
That's why.
But I
said
mean, I
don't
would,
bet, but
I would bet here personally. Like,
Okay,
I
well,
mean,
this is a part where I'm going for it too much, I guess, cuz I'm always. In my mind, ace king with four bet, ace queen might four bet. So we're really looking at ace jack. And if he has ace jack and he floated the three bet and floated the flop, I mean, he got us. Right?
So we gotta look at something real quick. I wanna know what
you
frequency.
wanna force
ace
him to
queen-
fall, he needs, if you bet smaller, he probably still has to call like, if he has like jacks, tens. Does he four bet those queens? Does he just smooth call? queen?
Yeah, dude, those are pretty
Yeah.
strong hands. Cut off or
Yeah.
small blind. They should be pumping the action. I'll tell you what the range looks like in 2 seconds. So 100 big blinds. Verse 3-bet, we're in the cutoff versus small blind. So
mean,
we
the
were
ace
talking
probably
about ace
gonna-
queens.
The ace
Ace
is really
queens are
different
full
from three bet
frequency.
range.
Yeah, ace queens are full frequency flats. Ace kings are actually not like a slam dunk 100% 4-bet, which is kind of odd to me, cuz I do them 100%.
So it doesn't four bet bluff with ace queen there?
Never, no,
No.
ace jack does ace jack offsuit, very, very minor frequencies. And then like there's some suited like low ones in there, like ace deuce suited is going bananas for some reason, but. He's got a lot of better ace X here.
What's the best parry flat? The three bet.
I mean, you've got mixed frequencies all the ways down to twos.
Yeah,
So queens are in there, right?
the chart I'm looking at has twos. Queens and jacks, the chart I'm looking at, queens and jacks mix 4-bet and call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can still defend a
Queens
small
are
bet
mixing.
as well.
This is too trashy, right?
Yep.
This is too trashy. We just fold.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Low jack, too wide, we
Oh.
fold.
You never defend ace 7 off, I don't think, even against button.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ken. Too trashy, we fold.
Against button, I three bet it.
It's probably close, is what I was
Nope.
thinking.
It's in there.
This is too trashy, right? The 6? Yeah,
Why are we always in the small blind? Alright, there we go. Yeah, we're always in the small blind in these hands.
I know, it seems like the drill is,
40, does this rip at 40 or is it too high up in range?
it
high
probably
up in the
rips.
range.
I'd
would
probably
like-
rip it.
Might be a smidge too high up in range. It might be nines. I'm not really sure.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this jamming for value.
I think it's pretty reasonable.
straight up.
We'll say verse RFI. I'll just take a peek. Small blind verse cutoff, or was it button? You're jamming 8s, 7s and mixing frequencies of worse.
I thought it might be too high up in range to just rip.
Oh. This is why three bets are so hard. It's all over the place.
Not hard, you just always do it.
It's incredible. Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? I think you're right. That's why
Mm.
I'm gonna switch to just three bet every fucking hand is the solution.
Works for me.
Hijack.
I'm
this is
seriously,
too
I'm not
wide.
joking. That's what I'm thinking of. Just
Yeah,
every bucket, I'll just three bet.
Wow,
Screw 'em.
Am I too aggressive here?
I thought that was in there.
Hijack's too wide. I think it's in there like in the button, maybe the cutoff. I don't know what to do here.
I know
I'd
what LP
probably
does.
I'd probably bet small.
That big?
Feels
No,
like
we're out of
that's-
range, so just end it. Kill it.
Solver doesn't know what you're doing either.
There you go. Blunder.
Alright,
Yeah, the solver checked out there. He's like, yeah, nope, I'm not here.
this is too wide.
Ah, queen 7.
Yeah.
Early position raise.
Yeah, dude, this is too.
I thought
wide.
we were small blind. I was gonna say we might raise this with some, but, I didn't know.
Even queen 8.
Too wide.
King 6. Alright.
Got him.
Got him though.
Yeah.
Do you ever 3-bet this one at 50?
I think
No,
we saw it was 9 some slivers, right?
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Just like a sliver. of
probably-
queen
it's
9, even
probably-
like
Ace
Yeah,
9,
ace
king
did.
9.
Just, it
I
was
think
just, a-
nines.
I don't think the king 9 and ace 9 did. I think it was just a queen 9 a little bit and jack 9.
Ace jack off, king queen off, king jack off. Ace 10
Okay,
off.
so what are we-
Some of
this
the
is
junky
40?
stuff.
It's like
40
50.
bets. What, no,
So it is
Oh,
the
king
nines and
nine
the
is in there.
tens. Nines and the tens. Eights are too wide.
Yeah.
And that's because it's under the gun.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna lose.
Very linear.
Two broadways, hating life.
What do you guys
Call.
do here?
Yeah,
Very-
I guess you got a call.
Call.
Oh, 11
Donk,
life.
donk, donk, donk,
11
donk,
life.
donk, donk, donk.
The top card
No.
pairs and you dunk?
That's what I just said.
What if it was the ace?
Ace is a little different than a queen.
What if it was the king?
Why is 50% the biggest option other than jam?
Because it's the only input that they've had, that they've run this with, that has reasonable EV.
What if it was the king? You do
Maybe.
that on a
Lesser
king
frequent.
pairing?
I'm not.
It's
finding
lesser
any queen.
frequencies.
Do you do it
Lesser
only because you
frequencies.
have a queen?
It's it's better represented in our continuing range and just in our range in general.
So what are your
You
bluffs?
only do it with the queen.
No, you don't just do it with a queen. You protect the other weak portions of your range to do this. So you do it with like maybe some 9-10. You do it with maybe some of your weaker jack X. You do it with some of your spades, perhaps. You protect the rest of your range, like
And
that you wanna realize equity with.
That sounds
it's
good.
not a spot you take on an ace or a king. Only a queen.
Way lesser frequencies because he's got a bunch of aces and kings.
Would you do the same with the jack?
Yes, more so with the jack.
Alright,
Let's see size here.
So like I said, 9-10, you got some 8-9 that's in there.
Most-
Jack X is not really a thing,
so
so that
this
was a
is
bit,
all spades, right?
they look like all spades, yeah.
And then what about this? Spades, spades. Okay, so this is all spades as well.
Hmm.
Maybe a bit of diamonds. Oh, no, okay, so that's the queen.
Yeah, it's just the queen there. So you're protecting like your draws that are gonna get blown off with polarized bets on the turn. Kinda making their life a little easier.
Okay,
And we
What's-
run our equity when he jams over us.
Oh,
but he
yeah,
can't
oh, yeah,
jam.
for
Um,
sure.
But he
You
can't
got a
jam
queen.
much there either, right? Like, what's he gonna do with?
Still,
aces and
actually-
kings?
Go back, checking was the preferred action on the turn.
yeah,
I thought it said bet 2.44, but he goes so fast I can't follow it.
Checking is preferred. Slightly,
Yeah.
slightly preferred.
yeah, but we went with the 6 big blind bet.
EV is better for checking.
Yeah, I would always check here, but it's a clear pattern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, the only reason
don't-
I point this
either
stuff
way.
out, it's like, not that you need to make it like an integral part of your game, but if you experience it in the game, playing against it, you'll be able to recognize it and be like, okay, well, maybe this is what they have and this is what they're doing, et cetera, et cetera.
Spades and a queen.
So we did bet the, turn.
So now I would
I
bluff.
almost like bluff catching here, to be honest, cuz spade's complete.
He's gonna
but I
check
mean-
back too much.
Maybe you do bet, maybe you bet fold, maybe you go value fold, bigger
Nine?
than that, I think, maybe 15? No, it
No.
is that, you're right.
And I don't think we're folding.
Well, you see, like, okay, like, what does this hand kings do if we check to him? I mean, he might check this back at some frequency, but I think he's
The
gonna,
flush is here, the queen is paired.
Queen's on the
This
turn.
guy's always checking. If he had
Yeah, I
the
was-
king of spade. And it
I was
was like
talking more on
turn.
the turn.
Oh, on the turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, what is he doing on the
Well,
turn?
tell you
is
what, let's play again.
he's gonna have a different hand.
So call, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Check,
Mhm,
now we just call.
right,
Now we suddenly lead.
you can lead this,
Check,
yes.
check it.
Okay, let's check it. Now he bets.
So like, this is a much
Now
more
what do
difficult
we
spot
do?
for your
Yeah.
draws. Like, what do you do with 8-9 here? You gotta fold it.
You
9-10 here is probably gotta fold.
raise, the boat raise.
You think both of those raise on this board? They're both like fragile draws on a paired board with a flush draw.
Yeah.
Like you may be drawing dead at this point.
Do you raise
they
every
do.
queen here? I think so.
Oh, I
Right?
was talking about the draws.
know.
This hand, I think this hand I would probably raise.
That's what I'm saying.
I
If
think
we
it's kinda
raise
rough,
these
cuz we only have
queens-
like we only have a pot left to go in, but it feels really big to just jam.
Give him the
Cookie
clicker.
size
I
is
would give him
really
the old
small.
clicker here.
Yeah, but if we click it with value, we need to click it with some bluffs and up for bluffs. Big 8, 8, 7 spades, 9, 10 of spades are amazing. here.
Quickest pricing and flush draws. I don't like that.
Well, I mean, spades are the easy ones, right? They're flush draws. But more like, look at 9-10 is kind of what I'm getting at.
But I think
9-10.
as far as the question of, sorry, go ahead.
This is, yeah, this is the merit of donking is like you protect these hands and help them realize equity. You protect all these other spade hands or these other draw hands, help them protect equity.
So nice little raise here, 98. That's.
I wanted to say on the subject
I mean,
of
you gotta-
leaving
you
his
gotta straight
draws
flush
priced
draw.
in, leaving his flushes priced in.
Yeah.
You know, that's fair, but we're looking at getting value from other parts of his range. So can we look at his reaction to when we click? I bet we got called by a bunch of jacks. And so it's primarily a value bet.
I mean, looking at this range, I don't really see many bluffs. Either is the thing, like you're taking you're kind of running your equity with your flush draws, which I guess you could categorize as a bluff.
Yep.
I like three betting this sum, I think, versus the button. What do you think?
It shows up. This is kind of a linear range, right? We three bet all of our range a fair amount, or a lot of our range a fair amount.
I
Yeah,
think it's gonna be in there quite a bit.
Quite a bit, yeah.
So I probably auto C bet here. I don't know about, what do you do? Is there merit in checking ever here?
Nope,
Yeah, I go that size.
yeah.
Seems to
yeah,
be quite a bit, seems to be
There-
quite a bit of merit,
there
actually.
is merit in checking. This would be my check range.
Seems to be like all your ace X
We got
borderline
wo- We
prefer.
got worse ones that can bet, they get better ace to fold and they got straight interaction, so it makes sense.
Well, they also have pairs. A lot of those have pairs.
We also have
It's just-
better ones to bet. It's like, feels like it's the middle of the deck, right? When it comes to our ace high, so.
I mean, this is kind of a miserable spot. Like, there's two flush draws, but you picked up like marginal equity. I think like this is either gonna be a check or a bet huge.
Yeah, no, it's a check.
I think we just lose. I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, one flag. Ooh.
Feels bad.
Who's gonna call whatever we did?
We can probably three bet call this.
Probably, I think that's definitely.
Yeah, I think you're right. You interact with this 10x that's continuing. I kinda like a small bet here, I think. Like you
I like
kinda
big.
block jack 10. You wanna go
Well,
big.
with the SPR, you might go smaller.
I would go
The thing
smaller
is,
just
be-
because.
Because we're deep, I wanna go bigger.
So what is he continuing with that's not a 10 when you go big?
Uh. Two over and a backdoor flush.
Maybe, right? That's a reasonable answer, and I think that's a big maybe. So ace, queen of hearts, maybe. Maybe.
yeah.
I think they may get priced out with a big bet. But that's a fair answer. I think pocket nines, maybe.
Well, the
Spades,
first
maybe?
thing I thought of was like queen jack suited, but we blocked that pretty heavily, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta kinda exclude
I
the
don't-
jacks, don't we?
Also, Louis, look, 50 big blinds is deep on its own, but compared to the pot size, it's only like 2.5 to 1. So it's
Okay,
Actually-
Joey wants to bet small, we're gonna give it a try. No, it was big.
It does go big, and just kinda theorizing like what he actually continues with when he continues, let's just see what he's continuing with if you want. Cause I'm kinda curious, to be honest. I don't know. As you said, his big ace X with flush draw seem to all be continuing even without, funny enough.
He has some 10x, but it's not a big portion of his range.
Right, yeah, and that's kinda why I was wanting to bet, just cuz he doesn't have a ton of 10x, but,
A
now it kinda
flat
feels bad. What
call.
do we
So
do?
that,
Do
I
we
like the
just,
flat call a lot because I think it would click it with everything that beats us.
you think? Maybe.
And
I
it's,
don't know, man. I fell out of water here, to be honest.
I, wasn't
Like, if
that
I
board
had
that,
a,
wasn't that board with that we just looked at almost all calls?
Yes. Everything was calling.
well, we called a lot.
Yeah, go back to that. He's got very small, few raises in there.
right, so like, look at 10x. All 10x is actually just calling.
Okay, so we might run into it sometimes. But I'm firing.
Yeah, I don't hate this. If you're gonna bet, I like this size, but I think this hand just kinda plays itself. Like, you just
Oh
have to play
my
this way.
goodness, he has it.
You just gotta put it in. Yeah, you basically just donated this guy all your money.
I mean, pocket nines call down. Huh,
Ace jack.
Holy,
Ooh, He
Over,
gave
man.
86. Look at that, 87 big blind pot with,
120.
122.
Solver is such a fish. Solver is such a huge fish.
I gotta mark this guy. He likes to call a lot.
dude, that's wild that he bluff called that. This is too wide. You just call here, probably.
Oh,
Check, maybe raise at some frequency depending on his size.
with
kinda
the
like a
pair
bet.
board, with the king of spade, I think we get better kings to fold. This is a high frequency raise.
Yeah, it's kinda what I'm getting at. If he bets anything above 2, though, it's gonna probably start folding, I think.
So maybe I lead too much here in game. Cause I'm leading here.
After it goes check,
Well,
check, I kinda like
after
a
it
bet,
goes-
to be honest.
Yeah, after it
Right.
goes check, check, I think I would lead too.
Thing is,
There's 2
people, when
flush
they check back here,
draws.
they don't check back here. Like they're gonna check back like pocket 6. Or like something under the 8 because they wanna kinda keep you bluffing. So my mind, they are gonna see bet a lot, like 80% range, and the range they check back is not the actual range they should check back. It's more like marginal made, and then they're trying to call you down with it. Especially when your name is like
What size do
Jack
you like?
or punter.
Yeah, I think he probably bets at least half of his like king, queens, king, jacks.
Aren't good
I
at
think,
small.
That's a
yeah.
check.
It's a check, a high frequency check.
That's why I thought it might be a check, 'cause I think if you want to bet there, you want to size up. and
Alright,
double
let's go,
flush.
let's
Nah.
go big. When you wanna go big, like all the flush draws brick, he's gonna have to bluff catch super wide here. I wanna go 9 personally.
I know, but it's a weak top pair at the end of the day. So
It
we don't really
is.
size up.
Maybe not. Maybe this is ambitious, but I kinda like going 9.
Yeah, it's never gonna be 9, it's gonna be 3,
4.5.
4. 9 is too much.
9 is too
It's still
much.
sizing up a lot for the value of the hand. Interesting.
I think it's just the node we're in. It went check, 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 check. Oh, wow, he actually has a weak king too. Didn't expect him to.
So if we sized up, we might have gotten rid of that king.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I doubt it. No, I doubt.
Under the gun 1, I like a call with 10-10 more than a raise, I think.
I don't
Might raise
know.
here.
Alright,
I think this,
Small blind.
this may be mixed.
It's gonna mix. I think
Yeah.
it mixes.
I can't remember the,
20%.
yeah.
alright, do you guys wanna look at another spot?